All right, let's talk about getting smart with your money. And no, I don't mean you need a fancy degree or a job on Wall Street. We're going to break down how to become financially literate using simple, really powerful habits you can literally start this week. So, right off the bat, you're probably thinking, isn't all this finance stuff super complicated? Like, is this only for the experts and the Wall Street gurus? That's a question that honestly stops so many people dead in their tracks before they even begin. Well, the answer is a big, resounding no. Financial literacy, it's not about being some kind of math wizard. It's actually built on these tiny, simple habits that when you do them over and over, have a huge impact. And the best part? Seriously, most of these take less than 5 minutes a week. That's it. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First up, we're going to shift the way you think about money. Then, we'll get into building systems to make good choices totally automatic. After that, we'll look at how to accelerate your growth. And finally, we'll wrap up with the marathon mindset you need to make all of this last. All right, let's dive right into section 1. See, before you can change a single thing about your bank account, you've got to change your awareness around money. It really, truly all starts right up here in your head. So this first tiny habit is a game changer. It's all about figuring out your true hourly rate. And forget what's on your job offer. To find out what you actually make, you need to take your real after-tax take-home pay, add up all the hours you spend on work, and yes, you absolutely have to include your commute, and then just do the math. And trust me, the result can be a real shock to the system. So for example, a $60,000 salary. That sounds like about $30 an hour, right? But once you factor in taxes and you add that hour-long commute and prep time every single day, that rate just plummets. It drops to just over $20. And this little piece of information reframes everything. Suddenly, that $200 dinner out isn't just a number on a bill. It's almost 10 hours of your life. Now you have to ask, is it really worth it? Okay, next up is a concept that is so simple, it's almost profound. And this is truly the foundation of building wealth. We just need to get crystal clear on what an asset really is. Forget all the complicated financial jargon. An asset is simply something that puts money into your pocket, period. And on the flip side, you have liabilities. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. That's it. That is the entire game in a nutshell. And from now on, the question you have to ask yourself with every single purchase is this: am I buying something that's going to make me money or something that's going to cost me money? So let's make this super concrete, right? An asset, well, that could be a rental property that brings in cash every month, or maybe a stock that pays you a dividend. A liability, oh yeah, that's your car payment, any personal loans, and of course, credit card debt. All that stuff that just constantly drains your bank account. Okay, so now that we've started shifting our mindset, let's get into section 2, building systems. The whole goal here is to put your finances on autopilot. We want to make these good habits so effortless that you're making smart choices without even having to think about it. And a fantastic place to start is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a really simple guideline for your take-home pay. The idea is about 50% goes to your needs, housing, utilities, 30% goes to your wants, stuff like entertainment, and then a really crucial 20% goes straight to savings and your other financial goals. But here's the thing, and this is super important. This is a guideline, not some strict, unbreakable rule. Look at this example. It's totally realistic. Needs are a little high, savings are a little low. That's real life. The point isn't to be perfect. The point is just to be aware. Knowing where your money is going is always the first step to telling it where you want it to go. Now, this next one, this might just be the most powerful system of them all. Automate your savings. Just set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your investment account for the day you get paid. That way you save money before you even see it, and that totally removes the temptation to spend it. Seriously, even if you just automate 10%, you are already way ahead of most people. Okay, so with a solid mindset and some good systems in place, we're ready for section 3. Accelerating your financial growth. These are the proactive moves, the habits that build real, lasting wealth over the long haul. And this chart right here, wow, it just perfectly shows the magic of what we call compound interest. Check this out. We're going to compare two investors. The early starter on the left, they invested for just 10 years, right at the beginning of their career, and then they stopped completely. The late starter on the right, well, they waited 10 years to start, but then they invested consistently for the next 30 years. And here's the crazy part. The early starter only put in $100,000 total. The late starter, they put in $300,000. That's 3 times as much money. But, and this is incredible, because they started early, that first person still ended up with more money in the end. That is the unbelievable power of time. Look, the best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time? It's right now. So with all this talk about investing, what's the single best thing you can possibly put your money into? Is it stocks, real estate? Nope, it's you. Your skills, your knowledge, your ability to earn an income, that right there is your number one most valuable financial asset, hands down. And the thing is, this investment in yourself pays off big time. Just a 10% increase in your skills and your earning potential can mean an extra $200,000 or even more over your lifetime. I mean, that's a return on investment you are just not going to find anywhere else. And hey, to measure all this great progress you're making, get in the habit of tracking your net worth. It's super simple. Just add up all your assets, then subtract all your liabilities. But here's a little pro tip for you. Track this number quarterly, not monthly. Doing it every 3 months gives you a much clearer, long-term picture, and it'll stop you from freaking out over every little up and down in the market. Okay, and that brings us to our final section, number 4. Because look, you can have all the best strategies in the world, but if you can't stay motivated, you're just going to give up. So let's talk about what we call the marathon mindset. You know, I absolutely love this analogy. Just think about it for a second. Would you ever play a video game that was just a constant, boring grind with no save points, no level ups, no achievements unlocked? Of course not. You'd quit in 5 minutes. Well, your financial journey is exactly the same. You have to build in some rewards. So you need to create your own milestones, and then you have to celebrate them. When you save your first $1,000, or you finally pay off a credit card, or you hit that savings goal for the month, reward yourself. It could be a nice dinner out, a new gadget you've been wanting, whatever it is that motivates you. This is so important because it actually rewires your brain to associate saving with feeling good. And really, that brings us to the core message of this whole thing. Building wealth is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about taking small, consistent, smart steps over and over and over again for a long time. It really is a marathon, not a sprint. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one simple question. Forget about trying to do all of this at once. Just pick one thing. Are you going to calculate your true hourly rate? Are you going to automate 10% of your savings? What is the one tiny habit you are going to start this week?